Hey, hi YouTube, how are you? I hope you all guys are doing great. In this video, we are going to see about methods in Python, uh, especially instance method, class method, and static methods, because all these three methods are really, really important. So, first of all, what actually a method is, which is a method is basically a function inside a class. Okay, so it's similar to function, just whenever we write function inside a class, we call it as method. There are three types of method: instance, class, and static. So let me just go to the whiteboard and maybe I can write it somewhere here. So there are three types of method. First one is instance method, second one is class method, and third one is static method. So we are today going to see what is the difference between all three methods and where we should use it. So first one is instance method. As the name suggests, it is uh, particular for an instance. So the default type of any methods in Python, it is instance method. First parameter is generally always self. It can access instance variable as well as class level variable. So let's suppose I create maybe let me just add something as instance method, and I can create a class, let's suppose as car. Now car can have some class level variables as well as instance variable. If you don't know about difference of class and instance variable, you can watch my second video, I guess. So car can have wheels, okay. So maybe for now four wheels, okay, because car generally have four wheels. Then we can have some instance variable, and instance variable we add um, inside the init, inside the constructor. So it can be brand, it can be color, okay. So let's add some brand and color also here. Self dot color is equals to color, okay. So now inside this class we can have a method which we call as instance method. So if I write show details of the car, and definitely it will take self, because instance method always takes the first parameter as self. It can access both class level variables, which is wheel, as well as the instance level variable, which is brand and color. So can we use it like this? Cell maybe we can say um, car brand is self dot brand, uh, color color is self dot color, then wheels, how many number of wheels we have, self dot wheel, okay, or it's wheels, okay. So now if I create an object of this car, let's suppose car1 is equals to car, and let's pass BMW and blue, okay. And if I do like car1 dot show details, so it should print it. Let me just run it. The file name is 4. Okay. Car, brand BMW, color blue, and wheels are 4. So this is basic instance method. So show details is an instance method. So this method is inside the class. It can access both instance variables as well as class level variables, and the first parameter is always self. Okay. Now let's move to um, class method. Okay. So let me just comment it out all things. So now we are going to see class method. So class method, um, it is defined as a decorator like at the rate class method, and the first parameter is CLS. It can only access class variables, not instance specific data. It is often used for generally factory methods. Okay, so how it can be? Let's suppose there is a method which I have to create a show as class method, maybe show wheels. Okay, maybe this is I want to create as a class method. So every time I have to add a decorator which is class method. If I add this decorator as class method, it can only access the class level variables. Okay, so and we generally we you can name anything, but generally we the first parameter we take it as CLS. Okay, this self CLS is just a convention so that every developer will follow it, so that it is easy to also understand any other people codes. Okay, so print wheels is self dot wheel, not self. Now we have to use CLS, self dot wheels. Okay, now if I do car one dot show wheels maybe. Okay, so it should also start showing me wheels. See, car brand BMW color blue wheels 4. This was from the line number 37. Now we have car one dot show wheels. It is showing wheels. Now I told you that it can only access class level variables. So if I do something like this, maybe CLS dot, sorry, maybe brand CLS dot maybe brand. So will it be able to access it? No. Okay, because type object car has no attribute brand, because class method is at class level and this instance variables are at object level, at instance level. So definitely it will be not able to access it. Okay, now let's move to a very important, I can say, method, which is a static method, heavily used. So please listen it carefully. Although it's very easy, but it's heavily used. So static methods, again, it is the way we have defined, this is called as decorator. So as we have defined this class method as a decorator having at the rate class method, in a static method we add a decorator as a static method. It takes no default parameter, no self, no CLS. It behaves like a normal function but placed inside a class for logical grouping. Mostly it is used for utility or helper functions. Okay, if I want to add a static function here, it can be anything. Okay, maybe like def, it can be anything, maybe like um, it is illogical currently. Okay, so my maybe uh, drive. Okay, currently it's illogical. Okay, print, whenever I will add it, it will just say drive. Yep. And if you want to make this method as a static, it can be static. Just we have to add decorator as a static method. Now, whenever we have to call this method, we don't have to create an object. That's the advantage. There are a lot of instances where we define some methods inside a class because some reason, like some logical grouping, but we don't want every time to create object to access those methods. You will face such scenarios generally in utility or helper functions. Let's suppose we have 4 to 5 helper functions which can be logically grouped, and we have placed it in a class, but whenever we are going to use it we don't want to create objects. So without even creating object you can access it, like just use the class name car dot, just you can access the function which is drive. Okay, so if I just run it, see, sorry, if I just, sorry, if I just run it, see, what is happening? Okay, we made this mistake, so we need to correct it. Okay, let me just clear it. Okay, see, drive, this method. So static method is just a method which can be called without even creating an object. Generally it is best for utility and helper functions. Okay, so that's it, I guess. Let me just summarize it. Let me take you to the uh, this whiteboard and maybe I can summarize it. First of all, we will have method type. Okay. Once we have the method type, we can have decorator. Do we need decorator? Which kind of decorator is needed? What is the first argument? Okay. What is the first argument that is needed? What is the access scope, like which it can access? Okay. Access scope. Okay, let me just change the color one. Okay, first method was instance method, which was the very basic method. Okay, is there any decorator required? No. What is the first argument? Always self. What is the access scope? It can access both class level as well as instance level variable. Then we have class method. So class method, the decorator that we use is at the rate class method. Okay. So whenever we have to create a method as class method, we add a decorator as at the rate class method. What is the first argument? First argument is CLS. Access scope, it can access only class level variables. Then we have static method. So static method, what is the decorator? Decorator is at the rate static method. What is the first argument? There is no first argument needed. What is the access scope? No, it cannot even access class level as well as instance level variable because it is independent. We don't need object. Okay. Now you can ask that if I create an object and I try to access a static method, is it possible? Yes, it is possible. But generally we don't do like that because that will kill the purpose of static method. Okay. What are the best practices how we can decide which should be instance method or class or static method? So if we have object specific actions, it should be instance method. If you have class wide changes like factory constructors and all, you should have class method. If you have general utilities which are logically tied to a class and you don't want to create an object for using that method, then definitely it should be static method. Okay, so that's it. We have covered a lot of things here. Instance method, class method, and also static method. Meet you in the next video. Till then, bye bye. If you like this video, please hit the subscribe button. And if you have any doubt, let me know in the comment section. I will be there to help you. Thank you. Have a great day.